Mosquito season is in full swing, and as concerns about the spread of the Zika virus increase, it's important to take proper safety precautions. We're joined by Dr. Tom Mascari from the world-famous S.C. Johnson Entomology Research Center in Racine, Wisconsin, with some tips on mosquito protection. Dr. Mascari, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, with warm weather in full swing, what precautions should people take against those mosquitoes?
Okay, so I really have it distilled down to three main tips that I like to tell friends and family and share with everybody. And this is coming from all of my professional career working with mosquitoes and primarily the diseases that they can transmit. But I got it down to three tips. The first one is to use a skin-applied repellent. And I always recommend and always use myself that people use a repellent containing DEET or picaridin. And these are repellents that are registered with the US EPA, which means there's a lot of evidence behind them showing that they actually work. We have to rigorously test them. We have to submit that data to the EPA and demonstrate that they actually do keep mosquitoes off of people. The second tip is to think about the clothing you're wearing when you go outside and there are mosquitoes around. So it's hot, people don't really want to wear long sleeves and long pants, but that is an easy way to keep mosquitoes off of you. So you don't have to wear something heavy, you can just wear light breezy clothes, but it's an easy way to just make a mechanical barrier between you and those mosquito bites. You can also think about the color of clothing you're wearing. There's a little bit of evidence showing that lighter clothing can make you a little bit less attractive to mosquitoes, as opposed to if you're wearing dark, maybe you're wearing a navy shirt or a black shirt, something like that, it might make you a little bit more visible to mosquitoes and they might be more likely to bite you. That's not going to protect you completely by just wearing a white shirt, but it can help you a little bit. It can put put it in your favor a little bit. The last tip, the third tip, that I always recommend is think about your home, inside and out of your home. If you have screens on the windows, screen porch, screen doors, make sure they're intact. If you have a hole in your screen, some mosquitoes can get right through that, so patch it up. Think about your backyard. I know mine, I have a bird bath. There's probably some buckets back there I left, kiddie pool, some toys. Water can accumulate in those things, and what that does is it creates a great place for mosquitoes to just fly right into your backyard. What they can do is they lay eggs in and around the water. You have larvae, adults emerge, you can have a cloud of mosquitoes just waiting there to bite you. So what I recommend is you go back in your backyard, you see standing water, just dump it out once or twice a week, and that'll keep the mosquitoes from breeding there. If you work with your friends and neighbors on this, it works even better. You can have a little area effect. You can reduce the mosquito population if you all kind of take part in that.
Back to those repellents, why is it so important to use repellents that contain DEET or picaridin?
So, I mean, it really comes back to the fact that there's a strong body of evidence showing that these are the things that work. Mm-hmm. We have to demonstrate that these things actually repel mosquitoes. It's been used for 50 plus years. And when you get into other repellents that are not registered with the EPA, they don't have to have that same body of evidence behind them, and it's really just to make sure you're getting a product that actually can keep mosquitoes off of you. And the best way to do that is to just use a repellent with DEET or picaridin, because otherwise you don't really know what you're going to get.
Gotcha. Any other tips or tricks that you can share with us that help prevent mosquito bites?
Well, I think one thing that people aren't aware of, and I try to get this out there as much as I can, so if you look at your repellent, if it has DEET and picaridin in it, if it has a low concentration, that's only going to last for a little while. If it has a higher concentration, it's going to last for longer. But if it has DEET or picaridin in it, it's going to keep mosquitoes off of you. So the concentration doesn't mean it's going to work better. It just means it's going to last longer.
Now, with the Olympics in full swing down in Brazil and the Zika virus on everyone's mind, what precautions can we take there?
So I think just to be aware. I mean, just pay attention to where there is potential transmission of Zika, and just make sure you protect yourself against mosquitoes. Because right now, with Zika, there's no vaccine for Zika. So the best way to protect yourself against Zika is to protect yourself against mosquitoes, because that's how it's primarily transmitted. So I would just recommend, if you're thinking of traveling somewhere, just make sure you're safe against mosquitoes.
And you're, of course, from Louisiana, from New Orleans. Were at LSU for a little while, and familiar with mosquitoes in Louisiana, huh?
For sure, they're brutal, brutal.
Where can we go for more information about mosquito protection?
Okay, so we have a really good website with a lot of good information. It's scjohnson.com, and once you get there, you click on mosquito info, and it'll have all the tips that I talked about today. It'll have information about the proper way to apply a repellent. It'll have a little bit of the science about how repellents work, a lot of good tips, some information about what does and what does not work to protect yourself against mosquitoes, and some information about the diseases that they can transmit.
Dr. Mascari, thanks for joining us. Great information.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Enjoy your summer.
Take care. Thanks.